Gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number. Led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Brown, a strong running. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Charles, as the Cardinals come out, let's take a look back to last year. They came in with Super Bowl aspirations. They had won 10 or more games 3 straight years. They wound up finishing with the number 9 overall offense, the number 2 overall defense, but they did not make the playoffs.
That just tells you that sometimes statistics don't tell the total tale, right? Let's take the defense. Number 2 overall in total defense, but they gave up 30 or more points 6 times in 2016. I believe they'd only done that 5 times in the previous 2 seasons. So when you give up that kind of point total, it makes it really hard for your offense to keep pace. So what did they do? They spent some time in the draft. Hassan Reddick, a linebacker out of Temple, was their first-round draft pick. Budda Baker, a safety out of Washington, trying to shore up the defensive side in order for them to compete in the NFC West.
On second down, here's Palmer. Screen play, Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And Carson Palmer's going to turn 38 in December. Actually contemplated not coming back in 2017. I wonder how disappointed he was in the 2016 season.
Well, do you think that that's a reason that he's back?
I think that maybe he feels like there's one more good run in this Arizona Cardinals team, and he wants to be the QB for it.
And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Fitzgerald coming in motion right. Now Palmer to throw on second down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it with Johnson. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, it's Johnson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a gain of 6. Moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Well, let's discuss Detroit as they take the field on offense. Last year, crazy season in the Motor City. Fourth quarter comebacks, 8 of them. They started 1-3, then won 8 of 9 before going 0-4 to finish the year at 9-7. Ultimately, another season without a playoff victory.
In the midst of that 8 of 9 win string, they had 3 straight home games that all came down to the final series, and they won them all. I thought that was the key to their season. Look, we know they can score on offense. Matthew Stafford and his receivers, they can just absolutely light it up. But Detroit invested on defense in the draft. 3 of their first 4 picks, all defensive players. 2 linebackers and a secondary player. I think the key guy out of that might be Teez Tabor, the cornerback they took out of Florida. They've got to slow down some of those high flyers in the NFC North.
On first, here's Washington. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Right back to Washington. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down. On first down, Stafford here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Getting the sense Charles are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And now a first down following that long gain. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Abdullah. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll come out in the pistol. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Dwayne Washington from 3 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game. But when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
The two old workhorses, Palmer and Fitzgerald, connecting there for a Cardinal first.
I know one adage that actually held up last year. Age is just a number. And I'm talking about Larry Fitzgerald. 33 years old, led the NFL in receptions with 107.
Third oldest guy to lead the NFL in receptions. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They run with Washington. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal. Turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions have taken the lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week one. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Second down, Palmer. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the great one, Darrelle Revis. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Forced out to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal. First and goal, Washington. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got
Come on. Oh, dude.
So the
He was supposed to let me say hi.
The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal.
Now, this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Dwayne Washington, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Prater on to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught on the left side, Jaron Brown. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Man open left side is Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jaron Brown, 64 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those up. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Johnson, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Ebron with it over the middle. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, big hit. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss. He also gets to and through a hole before he can put this down. And some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the
I didn't see you.
to a really nice game.
Damn it.
Seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Escaping the pressure. Space inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, it's Palmer. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 1:57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Fresh set of downs here. Out of the gun, Palmer. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. And it's second down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second down following the incompletion. Throwing again. Palmer. Flushed out right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. On third down, Palmer. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a man who made his NFL debut late last year, Matt Wild, to punt it away, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Lions will take over. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C., and the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Now a first down throw. Stafford steps. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, But he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
On second down, here's Stafford. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Being chased out left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. From the gun, here's Stafford finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Looking to throw on second down. Stafford flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's third down.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Just beating the play clock. Stafford escaping the pressure right. And an alley to run. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 42 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. An update over at Soldier Field. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And his throw is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Paul Warlow coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. To throw on second down. Palmer. He's got a man. Complete. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Sam Martin now. as he's on to punt for Detroit. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, nice move. And now running right through him. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now it's Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, 30 yards. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. You got to figure if they want to have success this year, the more they can put the football in his hands, the better, coming off a Pro Bowl campaign.
And that Pro Bowl campaign does more than just get him notoriety. It also plants an idea in the minds of guys trying to defend him that he's really pretty good, and sometimes gives you a little bit of extra room, a little bit of extra deference, and he's taking advantage of it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Lions. 52 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt. And so far, it's working for both of them.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Staying on the ground with Washington, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for...
And Ebron's got it. Touchdown, Lions. Eric Ebron, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Prater on to add the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Johnson, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Palmer to Brown, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, it's Palmer. And Gresham has it left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down, Johnson, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Palmer. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Paul Warlow in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Matt Weil now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Now, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. And adding on to their lead, the Jaguars have scored again. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 19. So here come the Lions now. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to
and the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Oh, he fakes a spike. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard is going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tackles.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they? And now this one's intercepted. A 3rd interception for Palmer. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So out now come the Lions. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. How does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of a team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. And the tight end Ebron in motion. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. On 2nd down, Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now Stafford, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Second down following the run. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards there for number 15. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run, and now second and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only second down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up third down.
They come out here in the eye. Now third down and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Dwayne Washington with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, fighting off the defender. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Shane McClellan able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. On second down, here's Palmer. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Palmer on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Flushed out right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Running it, Washington. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop him here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the tight end Ebron in motion. And the play clock's running down. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. From the gun, Stafford buying time to his left. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And Ebron's got it. Touchdown, Lions. Eric Ebron. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Lions add on to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Screenplay, Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd and 10 now, and it's Palmer. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Palmer. He's going to go for a big play down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. But probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford. Flush to his right. And he fires throws one, but incomplete.
And the defense almost got one there, partner.
That could have been his first pick. He's been good so far, but you're right, that was nearly a costly mistake.
Sometimes you get a little bit too confident when the game's going along as it has been for him.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. What a nightmare this game has had.
Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On the give, this is Washington. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Throwing here, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Palmer. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
They got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Palmer. He's going to let it fly. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Here we go. It's Palmer on 4th down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Kerry Hyder in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Running room down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy trying to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. And it was the Titans who were able to take home the victory there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. That's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. One last shot for Palmer. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Detroit, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.